Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a suddenly live presentation. Sometimes life is a pain, but suffering is necessary until it becomes optional. When? Well, when is right now, and where is right here? So as I said, I'm flying solo tonight. Kelly is off with the boy child. I'm cleaning the office to preserve my leg a little bit before I have to sit for half an hour or lay for half an hour on my back for the CT scan I'm going for tonight. So speaking of pain in the you know where, that's it. A little bit of freedom today, taking it easy, relaxing, doing my exercises, my stretching. Third night with really no sleep, spent most of the night on the couch. Really quite happy, kind of happy as a clam, to be honest. And this is what I want to talk about this evening. I want to talk about what happens and why I keep bringing this up. The best teacher we have, of course, is experience. And when I, happen to find myself within this experience of having this physical pain, it becomes an awesome teaching tool. And as I said to Kelly, I said, pay attention. What do you notice? And we talked about a number of things together. And one of the things that I talked to her about was what I call vibrational management when you're experiencing physical pain in the body. Okay, so let's look at my particular case where my piriformis has become damaged in some way, and the CT scan will show more detail. But clearly my sciatic nerve, along with other nerve bundles, are becoming compressed and irritated to the point where my leg really can't function very well. I kind of hobble around right now. And sitting isn't comfortable, lying down isn't comfortable. Really nowhere is comfortable. That's the situation. Well, do I want healing? And this is what I said to Kelly. I said, I do want healing. Absolutely. But I don't want healing on an unconscious level. I don't want the leg just to be better. I want the healing to occur when the healing is right. When I have absorbed the lesson from this. When I have gotten the point of that titanium baseball bat whacking me in the leg. Not before then. Because if I just take the easy way out and say to myself, I don't want to experience pain, I want to be healed right now, I'm going to miss out on something. There is a gift in everything. Nothing happens by accident. Everything is synchronistic. Everything that occurs at exactly the right time in exactly the right way. It's all perfect. Now, maybe you can't get this far in your pain. And in the middle of the night, when I have to literally crawl to the bathtub and try to get myself into it to take a hot Epsom salt bath to relieve my leg enough to let me get downstairs and, curl up on the couch in another ball, but at least Kelly gets to sleep. It doesn't feel so much like there's anything else beside that pain. The gift of the pain, of course, is it makes you incredibly present. You're not worried about the past. You're not thinking about the future. There's nothing more important than that experience of pain right now, right here in the present moment. And if you can look at the pain and remember that you are not the pain, you can actually step back a little bit from it and see that there is a silence there available to you, a spaciousness, an opening in which the easing of the pain is available to you. Now, this does not mean healing. And like I said, for me, I'm very careful about that. I said to Kelly, well, yeah, on part of me wants to be healed and doesn't want to experience that pain anymore. But there's a larger, more spiritually mature, I don't even like the sound of that, a part of me from that higher awareness point of view, that higher consciousness, from the higher self, looks upon the pain and says, you know what, this experience is necessary and it's valuable. And I always hand myself to that experience. Even though I may wish for the pain to go, I do not wish that more strongly than I wish for the growth, for the lesson it offers. There's a few things I practice and I'm no, stranger to pain. I've managed to bust up my body pretty good over the years. And one of the things I practice, and one of the things I want to relay to you this evening, is something called vibrational management. And this is especially important when you're in pain. When we're in pain, when we're suffering in any way, we tend to beat up on ourselves. We tend to develop a lot of negative thinking, or thinking that we would brand negative, thinking that is not in alignment with the truth of our existence. Let's put it that way. And that thinking creates all sorts of dissonant waves of energy within the body's energetic field. The mind is producing all of this stuff. The egoic sense of self, the thought, has power. It has energy. And it is affecting the resonant frequency of the body's energetic field, which already has a piece of it manifested in the physical form as pain that's out of balance, not in alignment anymore. And then we saturate that entire body energy field with all the negative thoughts in regards to the pain. That's called suffering, which is different from pain. But when we instead practice vibrational management, and we instead intentionally choose to find the humor in it, intentionally choose to find the lightheartedness in it, to look beyond the clouds and look into the silver lining, to know with a deep faith that it's there, and that what you're going through, what you may think you're going through, is transitory. This gives you the strength to look beyond the pain, to understand that you are not the pain. And when we practice vibrational management, when we intend to be happy, when we intend joy, when we intend humor, the pain is that much easier to handle. And as I said, we're setting our body up for healing. Why? Because we're tuning our transmitter into a higher vibrational state, despite that dissonant vibration that's manifesting itself in our physical experience as pain. So that's what I've been trying to teach through this lesson of the pain. And I've been, Kelly's with me all the time, so she sees it most. And she said to me, you're unusually chipper. But it's not forced. You're just really happy. And I said, well, I really only have two choices. I can either, bust up my body even more by adding all these negative thoughts about it. And I see that Janet is here. Hello, Janet. I'm flying solo tonight, so I don't actually have access to the comments, but I do see the green thing popped up to tell me that you're here. So, in a situation when we're experiencing pain, we really have only two choices. Choice one, we compound the problem by adding lots of negative thoughts about the pain, and that is called suffering, and we're going to talk about that next. Sometimes life can be a real pain in the you-know-what, right? It really can. I'm experiencing it right now, there and all down my leg. But the two choices I have are to either succumb to it, to develop all this not wrongful, but all this thinking about it that is not in alignment with my higher self, not in alignment with the truth of my being. Instead, I choose joy. I choose humor. I choose to continue to love the leg. I continue to effectively manage my vibrational state through intending those higher vibrational thoughts and frequencies in my being. I love the leg. I don't wish the leg would go away. I don't wish the pain would go away. I wish for the deeper understanding of the lesson, the deeper wisdom that the pain is bringing in the form of that baseball bat. Shiva's titanium baseball bat. So where do we come in this to suffering? And here's the thing. In the beginning, the the suffering that we perceive as necessary, it really is. I mean, pain is not enough. Pain is a function of the physical world. It's a function of the body. And yes, it is a dissonant vibrational manifestation that we can actually contribute to and cause within the body. So what is suffering? Well, suffering is everything that you choose to think about it. Everything that you choose to perceive. And that's the illusion. You see, if I looked at my pain and sat there and said, why is life doing this to me? I can't afford this right now. I'm supposed to be working for a few hours this week. I can't renovate the basement right now. I'm supposed to be doing this. I can't look after Kelly. I have to go to the hospital. I can't sleep. Boo hoo hoo. Whine whine. Cry cry. Bitch 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 bitch. Ego loves doing that. I could do that. It's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You reap what you sow. It's not a blame thing. It's a responsibility thing. You are responsible for your thoughts. You are responsible for what you buy into. Me, I refuse to buy into that. I look at my pain as part of the cosmic joke of this physical existence. I am not my body. I am not the pain. And every minute of the day that pain keeps me fully present, there's a solitude and silence and spaciousness there. A tranquility of being within the pain. And I focus myself there in gratitude for the experience. Gratitude that I still have a leg. Gratitude that it didn't put me in a wheelchair or take me from this earth and leave Kelly here, even though that would have been exactly as it should have been. I still didn't want it to happen. So why does suffering become optional? Well, when you've suffered enough, you finally get sick and tired of your own whining. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. You finally understand that you're responsible for your own thoughts, that you're responsible for what you choose to do and to think and believe, and you're not responsible for anything else outside of yourself. You're not responsible for how another chooses to be, how they choose to behave, how they choose to believe, and if you choose to take those things personally, you're going to suffer. Suffering is created by the mind's response to whatever's happening. It is an egoic response, and it's just that. It is a response. Hold on a second. Okay, I can see a few comments now. Not all of them. Experience is always the best teacher. Yes, Janet. Experience is always the best teacher. And yeah, okay, and I can see one more here. You've experienced sciatic nerve pain as well. See, without Kelly here, my wing woman, to go through the comments, it is a pain. Yeah, sciatic pain is a real pain. It really is. But everything we think about the pain is optional. And that's where the suffering comes in. And that includes everything in our existence. You know, we can maybe, I'll cave in on this one. We could say that there is a pain experienced in the physical separation of one person from another. You know, we can say there's a pain of that energy field perhaps moving away from us when we're so used to having it intertwined closely with ours. And that pain is just pain. It's happening right now, and when it dissipates, it'll be gone, and you'll have no real memory of it. You'll have a very clinical memory of it, but there'll be no feeling of the pain attached to it anymore. That's another one of the gifts about the pain. is once the pain is over, like for instance, last night, again, I literally had to pull myself, tears rolling down my face, one leg totally unusable, into the bathroom and get into a hot tub full of Epsom salts and try and get my leg moving enough to be able to get downstairs and get out of Kelly's way so she could sleep. Now, that pain was very real pain. But today, there's a clinical memory of the pain there, but there's no experience of the pain returning. The suffering, however, the suffering brings it back every time, and the suffering is everything that we choose to think about it. And for me last night, as I was crawling naked across the floor, and the cat was laying on the bed watching me curiously, I found it humorous. I chose to bring humor into the experience. I chose to manage my vibration and bring a higher vibrational state into my being. Why? Because if I'm meant to heal and I'm going to heal, I'm going to help facilitate the healing the best way possible, with open arms, with gratitude and acceptance of what is, including the pain, with a thank you. And as I've spoken to you before, gratitude isn't just about the things we like. Gratitude is about the things we don't like. Because you know what? I don't like this pain, but I know that pain and the things that I don't like can be the very best teachers. The same as the suffering that we generate within our minds, until sooner or later we realize that the suffering has always been optional. We can choose not to suffer through altering our perspective, through choosing to think from a different point of view, to paying attention to how our body feels, and despite the pain, realizing that my body is in a joyful, energized state. Why? Because it's responding to my thoughts and it's saying, that's it. Stay focused. Stay focused on the truth of your being. Keep your eyes open. Look for the lesson. And be gentle on yourself. Love yourself. And I'm doing all of those things. That's what I'm trying to offer you through this. I am not here to say, look at me and how I handle pain, okay? Like I said, last 3 nights, at least once a night, rolling around on the floor, tears rolling down my face, moan escaping my lips, totally at a loss with what to do except curl up into a tight little ball and wait for it to pass enough for me to move. That's not why I want to share this with you. I want to share this with you to help ease any pain you feel from here on in, to open you to a new way of thinking about the experience of pain, to realize that you do not need to suffer as well as experiencing pain, that you can become okay with the pain and look for the lesson and look for the love and compassion in that titanium baseball bat that Shiva swung, in my case, on my leg. Because there is love and compassion there. There truly is. And I believe this. I have so much faith in it that I watch daily as the synchronicities and the energy around the house rises in response to the infectiousness of joy and laughter in the face of the perception of suffering and of physical pain. And I want this for you all the time. I truly do. So I really apologize. I did not have Kelly here with me this evening. She's off cleaning the office with the boy child. But thank you. Thank you all who made it here. And I will take a look at the comments after. And I hope this has been helpful to you. I really, really do. You can make these choices even in the midst of the pain. And the suffering becomes optional. And you can choose not to suffer. And the laughter and the joy and those if you practice some of this vibrational management where you intentionally tune yourself to higher and higher frequencies, your body is being set up in the ultimate condition to be healed. It's going to be in the highest vibrational state, and the healing will be most available in that state, should it, mean to occur at this time. And as I said, always look beyond the egoic desire for the pain to go away. Counter that with the wisdom and understanding that I choose to accept the pain because the lesson the pain is bringing me is so much more valuable. And I have deep faith in that sea of consciousness that this lesson has been brought to me in the least painful way possible. And that I am blessed and I am grateful. As I am grateful for all of you. Namaste to you all tonight, all my love. And take care. We'll see you again very soon.